Well, from motorways that didn't happen to the buses that are the best way to get people around to reduce traffic, of course, public transport. But transport workers and bus drivers are saying they're having a pretty tough time. And today the Transport Workers Union is launching a Don't Blame the Bus Driver campaign, which is expressing concern about aggressive passengers on buses and how they're taking it out on the drivers. Richard Olsen is the State Assistant Secretary of the TWU, and he joins us now. Good morning. Thanks so much for your time.
No problem. Thank you. Good to be with you.
So is there definitely an increase in bus drivers copping abuse?
There definitely has been an increase. We've recently done a survey of around 300 bus drivers, and 78% of bus drivers has indicated to us that they have seen an increase in the abuse from customers about the unrealistic timetables in which the drivers are forced to try to keep to, but unable to do so, and therefore obviously the passengers are getting upset that they're not arriving at the destination on time, 5, 10, up to half an hour late.
So they're being like, you're late, and people yelling at them for being late?
That is correct, yep. Abusing our drivers, verbally, racially abuse is on the increase. We've had drivers reporting to us that they've been spat on as passengers leaving. And
Spat on?
Spat on, yes.
Most
of the drivers who you will talk to in some time of their career, but there is an increase in it. You will always find them saying violence against them verbally, spat on, and we've seen on occasions violence and severe violence against the drivers. Unfortunately, some of that is something in which they put up with on a daily basis. We're trying to get some of that out of it. We know the communities don't want to take it out of the bus driver, but that's who they see as the face of the bus driving industry. And what we're doing is, by launching this today, with a business card size 131500 phone number, say to the customers, here is an opportunity for you to actually take it out on the people that can do something about it. This is a phone number directed to the state government. Please lodge your complaint there. That complaint will then be taken up by the state government with a relevant bus operator.
So you're saying complain about the timetable, yep, and not to the bus driver?
Please do.
Talk to the hand.
Absolutely.
Right. And what about calls for actual transit police to ride in certain areas where bus rage has gone too far?
We welcome that. We've said that time and time again. On occasions, of course, the police has been involved with incidents on buses, but permanently stationed on runs that's been nominated as being trouble areas should be automatic. I don't know why we can't get that through to the government, maybe a cost factor for them, but that will deter these repetitive things happening to our bus drivers in these trouble areas.
What sort of runs are you talking about there that you would suggest permanent transit officers?
Oh, I would. You would start with the night rides. I would go Friday, Saturday and Sunday nights, are nights where we can certainly use more physical presence within the bus system to make our drivers and the majority of the travelling public feel a lot more safer.
And any particular areas of Sydney?
We're calling on from Penrith, Blacktown and Liverpool. The runs in those areas are automatic to be firstly reviewed so that we can get a presence out there and the drivers can go about their workplace in a safe manner, and the public can feel safe and a lot more safer than what they currently do. We're
talking to Richard Olsen, the State Assistant Secretary of the Transport Workers Union, on 702. Steve's called in from Mount Colah, who's got a good point actually. Yes, Steve?
Yes, good morning to you both. Some years ago, the state government and the transport industry per se invested significant amounts of money in putting in a very sophisticated digitised CCTV system in all transport media. And my question is, why hasn't this technology been used to protect, well, it was put there to protect people, but more importantly prosecute those individuals concerned?
Steve? I'm sorry, Richard?
Sure, and that is still in operation. CCTV is on our bus systems in each bus, and all of that is viewed by the relevant authorities when incidents occurs. What we're wanting to do is stop the incident actually occurring, so we don't have a need for the CCTV, but it's a very good backup, and it has identified perpetrators in the past and will do so in the future. But this campaign is about taking a step forward to try to ensure that frustrated passengers are not going to go to that next step, and by diffusing that situation and saying, look, here is a card, 131500, please phone the state government on our behalf, we're right with you, we don't want to run late, we're only the driver here, we're the worker, we don't set the times, that's our boss's job, and the state government has a responsibility for this.
But Richard, do you think that the cameras have had any impact on making people behave a bit better because they know they're being filmed?
Look, it has diffused the situation, I must say that, but I think overall it's too late when it's fully on, that there's no retreat, and it's all that action obviously is caught on camera, and it puts our drivers in the unsafe position.
All right. Thanks for your call, Steve. Thank you. And what about plainclothes officers? Would that help if people knew that there was random patrols?
I think that would help. Absolutely. We would encourage any new safety measures to get the travelling public confident and safe on our system, and our drivers would obviously feel a lot more safer if that was to occur. So we'd welcome either plainclothes, uniformed transit officers. All of that has an impact on safety for the betterment of the drivers and the public.
All right. Thanks so much for your call this morning. Good to talk to you.
Thank you.
Richard Olsen, who's the State Assistant Secretary. I'm interested in your thoughts on this issue. Do you feel that would help? Do you think that the cameras have made much difference on the buses? Have you seen bad behaviour on the buses? I know there's been some terrible videos going around on YouTube and the like of some racial abuse, and even ABC Newsreader was the victim of that on a bus, and drivers trying to cope with that while they're driving a bus, and other passengers as well.